We're gonna try this new thing out. So now we're gonna call it talking on the job because we're power washers here, and we do our jobs thoroughly.
And this job gets boring.
Does this get in your way? Can you see that?
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah, okay.
can. You're actually like moving me back and everything. We're not very good professional power washers, as you can tell.
Speak for yourself. I beat this game.
I've cleaned this house before, but you look out your window right now, you're gonna see two power washers playing with squirt guns that
How
can
do you,
take their skin off.
how do you not? We're talking about the Avatar live action show because you finished it, right?
Yeah. The one with
you
all the blue
finally
people
powered
and the
through it?
giant robots.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the that's the one we
Yeah,
care about.
yeah. I mean, I really liked how that guy airbended his way onto the pterodactyl thing, and then it was Pocahontas. Big fan. Big fan.
But no, we're talking about the live action Avatar Last Airbender.
Yep.
You're
That show,
stupid.
it exists. That's the thing. I'm not denying that.
But yeah, specifically, we're talking about the first episode. Now,
You only talk about one episode?
well, listen. I want to go back and rewatch it. Listen, Peanut Gallery. We're not here to watch. We gotta focus on one thing at a time, okay?
Who remembers episode 1 though? We finished the whole thing.
Yeah, literally like a week ago. You shouldn't have forgotten about it by now.
I don't remember what happened first episode.
But yeah. So I was looking up a few things. So just like some facts to start off. So the first episode actually covers the first 3 episodes from what I saw.
Yeah.
The anime or cartoon, however you want to describe it.
It does. It does.
Which I thought was relatively fine. I think that's, they have to condense it a lot for the live action, but
it had to be condensed. It's all good. They hit all the points you'd want. I mean, for the love of God, if we're going to give that show any amount of absolute deserved credit, it's that the names are pronounced correctly. Thank God.
Yeah, they definitely didn't lose out on that. They didn't call him Ong, or is that's how the movie, right?
It was Ong, Appa, and I want to say that it was like Sokka. Like, they got a few characters' names wrong, and we were like, there's an animated show on Nickelodeon. You had the audio source. Why are you getting this wrong?
So I actually never watched that movie because I heard it was just garbage.
It's terrible. Don't watch it.
We did watch the trailer because this crazy lunatic wanted to watch it after we watched the live action, thinking that that'd be a good idea. So I showed her. I was like, let's watch the trailer and see how you feel.
I watched it originally, and it was horrible.
That trailer, the only thing I know is the iconic scene of the Earthbenders. It takes like 5 of them to throw a little pebble.
Yep.
Which is just utterly ridiculous.
No. You want to know what's just horrible about the live action movie?
What?
He dumbed everybody down. The reason the firebenders are all excited about the comet in the movie is because when Sozin's comet is in the atmosphere, that is the only time that firebenders can firebend without a fire present.
No.
And I was like, what the hell? That's not how that works at all. Like, he super nerfed them. And then it made the ending, like, when they're at the Northern Water Temple and Iroh loses his shit on Zhao for killing the fish.
Yeah.
He summons fire, and everyone's like, oh my god, he's firebending without the comet. And you're like, every fucking firebender does that, you idiot.
So the movie and the show, like, pretty much stopped at the same points, relatively?
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan was gonna do a movie for each season of the show.
Thank God he didn't.
Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. He probably would have called her like Taff or something when we got to Toph showing up.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I don't know what the pace is for the rest of the show. But if it sticks with the 3 episodes, I feel like that's relatively fine. You gotta condense it somehow.
You do, and you got the right stuff. I don't know. it was weird watching the first episode. I liked it, and creative license and all that, it's gonna happen. I didn't expect it to be flawless or exactly like the show, but it was also, I don't know, just a little weird. I think it was the order that they condensed them, like showing Aang learning that he's the Avatar, and then getting frozen in the ice storm, and then we introduce Sokka and Katara, is like, okay, now there's like, you've lost that reveal. We've already seen that Gyatso died horribly. Like, we witnessed all that. I get it. And it just made the emotions feel not as authentic to me.
Well, to be
I
fair,
don't
there's
think
not a
they
lot of emotions in the show, I feel like.
needed to condense them that much either. Like, it's not like it was that long to begin with.
Well,
Oh,
so that leads me
it's
to my
pretty long.
that leads me to my other thing is that from what I saw, the episodes or the show itself, or is it had like, from what I read, there was a budget of like 15 million per episode, so about 120,000 or 120 million for the season, and whereas the movie had a budget of 212 million. Now that's reportedly, I don't know if that's true, but that's what I read on multiple websites.
It's gonna be bad, but no, there's rewatching the animated show. There's like entire episodes that they didn't even include in season 1. But
Yeah.
honestly, that brings me to my larger point of just hating how television works in this day and age. Because the fact that really good shows, I mean, I'm not just saying like, oh, TV sucked. There are really good shows that went for seasons on end, and they released 20 episodes annually. And now I gotta wait 4 fucking years between 8 episodes. It's ridiculous. And it's not good enough to justify it. It's just not.
Is it gonna take that long for the?
I'm just saying in general, that seems to be how it goes. I mean, for the love of God, the Stranger Things kids are like 30.
Well, I feel like Netflix has been doing pretty good with getting things out in a relatively timely manner with most shows recently.
I mean, they even said with One Piece when season 1 ended, they're like, we're figuring 2 years a season, so it'll take us 12 years to finish the show. And I was like, ha ha ha, Luffy's gonna be old.
Didn't they already announce the second season or something like that for like?
Yeah, well,
they got
I think they caught a lot of backlash, and people were like, you need to condense that shit down, sir.
Well, yeah, I mean, One Piece is full of filler to begin with.
There's a lot.
Well, no, I mean, like, you need to release the show faster.
Oh.
Like, don't take 2 years a season. I mean, look, I'm gonna go off of Avatar for a little bit, but like, I'm pretty hot at Amazon right now about this, so I was gonna bring it up just once we got on this topic. But like, Invincible.
Yeah.
Season 1, 2020. Now, COVID gap, sure, I get it. That's fine. It's a thing. It happened. I'm not denying that. But season 1 in 2020, fast forward to 2023, we get a shoddy, like, 1-hour video about a character that, is like, we like her in the show. Was she worth getting her own special? Debatable. And then they're like, season 2, 8 episodes, and we're like, okay, and they're like, and then we're gonna show you the first 4. We're gonna wrap up for a holiday break in November, and then we're gonna bring out the other 4 in March. But nah, it's all good. Season 2's done. I don't need a 4-month gap in an 8-episode season, and you didn't have it done. Why are you lying to me and saying that you had it done? TV shows are ridiculous these days, and that's why I'm so critical of that show. It's like, if you're gonna tease me and taunt me with all this shit, you better be doing it quick, because I just
Yeah, I like the I like 8 to 10 episode seasons, even 12.
I'm okay with the shorter seasons, but don't make me wait longer to get those seasons.
Right. Now I'm guessing you're saying as long as it's still quality as well.
Well, yeah. And again, I'll admit, the shorter episode format, I mean, case in point, Lucifer got amazingly better when it wasn't trying to fill 20 episodes a season on Fox.
Hmm. I see. Yeah.
So like I feel like when you're doing it on a streaming service and you get those shorter episode seasons, you're like, we can't have pointless shit going on. We got to show good stuff.
Right.
But you don't need to take 4 fucking years to write and film the shit. All I'm saying. Avatar is not guilty of that. I'm just afraid that it could become guilty of that.
Yeah. I mean, it could.
You
Both
know?
ways. See, I mean, it shouldn't. You don't. There's nothing you really have to like. I don't. Well, I'm not a writer. There's nothing you have to rewrite. You have the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, and that was like the other thing is like some of the character changes they made. I'm like, Sokka in particular is like, okay, I understand why you made him not be sexist in this day and age, and it's fine. That's not all that defines his character. But that was a pretty pivotal bit of growth throughout the animated show that he had. And now I'm looking at him as like, what growth is he going to have?
Yeah. I mean, that was the gripe that a lot of people had. Right. Was that doesn't he doesn't learn. That he's a little bit misogynist and whatnot, and then he doesn't have that arc.
Yeah, like, and honestly, I mean, they kind of doubled down. Are we truly sticking to episode 1?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember it well enough to talk in depth about other episodes, if I'm being completely honest. So that's why.
All right, we'll stay on episode 1 then. It's all good. It's all good. We'll get there. But no, honestly, overall, I enjoyed it. I liked some of the bits, like when he wakes up in the Southern Watern tribe, and that's when the grandma legit gives us the intro that we all heard. Long
Yes.
ago, the world was divided into 4 nations. Blah blah blah. Like, I enjoyed that. It's like that was a good way to sneak that in.
Yeah, I thought the opening was super cool. It really established I guess like the quality that I could expect from it, because the chasing was really good and the bending was good, and it also what
You power washed a jizzing penis
What?
into this.
Yes, he did.
I would not. I'm a professional.
And you're working under my name. They're gonna not give me a good review for that.
Wait, oh yeah, we are working on your.
Yeah, when it's your power washing company, you can put jizzing penises all wherever you want.
Well, I already did. Anyways, yeah. So I thought the opening scene was really cool, the chase scene, all that, and it kind of established the like more brutal side that they're putting to this live action. Because like when, was it, the Fire Nation leader like burns the traitor to a crisp.
Oh yeah, I didn't. This is gonna
Like,
sound
damn.
terrible, but I enjoyed that realism. It's like, oh shit, we're watching people get like burned to death.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I was like, all right, I can get down with this.
No, I still say though, especially rewatching the animated show, small details. Yeah, I'll let everybody know. I finished the season. I don't dislike the show. Episode 4, I hated, but we'll get there. But no, episode 1, the thing that got me was Zuko's scar is way underplayed, and I feel like that was a mistake.
You mean underplayed, like it doesn't look as bad as what it should, or it'd be the
No,
them
it
showing
doesn't. It doesn't look as bad. Now, I don't have a massive scar on my face. No doubt it hurt and scarred him that his dad burnt his fucking face. But like when you watch the show, it is half of his face. He's missing an eyebrow. Like, it is there. And then when you watch the live action show, it's like it's there, but yeah, I don't know. It's like you guys way played down the scar, and that scar is like his constant reminder of his dad and like the reason he's out chasing the Avatar. It's not something to play down.
Yeah, his scar didn't bother me. I thought it was fine. I don't know. I didn't expect it to be like super deep burns into it and stuff like that.
The budget they were rocking per episode, they could have. I mean, Aang has his tattoos.
Yeah,
He
I
could have gotten his scar.
I guess I just didn't expect it to be like. I thought it was fine with how deep or whatever it was. You know,
No, they could be a little more dramatic than it is.
It's just the small thing for me. I was
right.
I said he had eyebrows.
Speaking of I like how they did the arrow and how it's like an actual tattoo instead of just a big blue arrow, like in the cartoon.
Oh, the details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, and it's not. It's only when you get super close on it that you can see them, but the like tribal marks are nice. So
Old strat on that.
Why?
That's from the live action movie.
Oh, was it? I mean,
Yeah, if you watch the live action movie, his tattoo is only all the like little tribal markings and nomadic symbols forming the larger shape of an arrow.
I mean, I feel like that's the only way you could do it. Like, no one's gonna, for that kind of setting, it's not gonna be like we're just gonna put a giant fucking blue arrow on our heads.
I've seen people get dumber tattoos for dumber reasons.
Yeah, but if you're talking about like a culture thing,
fair enough.
It's supposed to symbolize, what was it supposed to symbolize? Like them passing and becoming an actual airbender or something like that.
I say a master airbender. I don't know.
Which also,
you know what it's actually for? So that when he glows in avatar mode, it's more than just his eyes. That's why.
So it looks cool.
Yeah.
That brings up two things. I like the CGI for the most part in the show, especially in this first episode. But the worst CGI I think is when he goes into the avatar mode and he just looks terrible. He looks like the blue man from was it not a League of Their Own. What was that one movie with
I'd say there was no blue man in A League of Their Own.
Yeah, whatever that's from. That's what reminded me.
Oh, you're talking oh fuck. The one based on the graphic novel, Midnight, whatever. Watchmen.
Yes, Watchmen. That's what, it looked like that guy. And
Dr. Manhattan.
It was a little jarring. That's the only time I thought the CGI was like super bad in the first episode. And then they also did the female monk real dirty. She looks terrible with the haircut they gave her.
No, I was like, wow. So if you're a woman and you're gonna get the Blue Master tattoo, your forehead looks like a projection theater. Got it.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you just let her be bald? Don't have her keep the mullet in the back. Just have her be bald.
Yeah, that was off-putting. I have to admit, that whole opening sequence led to me having a whole newfound understanding of the Fire Nation that I had misunderstood in the show.
And what is that?
I 100% thought that Fire Lords like Ozai and Iroh were a century old. I thought Ozai was the one that had killed the Airbenders and that he had found a way using the first passing of the comet to age much slower.
Oh.
And that the second passing of the comet was going to make him like the immortal Fire King.
Oh.
So then when I watching the show, I was like, oh, it does make so much more sense that it was like his grandfather that started the war. But
he inherited it.
Yeah, the whole time watching the animated show, that's what I thought. I thought it was always Fire Lord Ozai.
Yeah, I can see the misunderstanding there.
Well, and like part of the reason I thought that is because in both the animated show and the live action, he looks so much younger than Iroh.
He does.
But I know he's the older brother, so I thought it was like, yeah, him and Iroh became like they started aging much slower, but him even slower because
isn't
of the Fire
Iroh the older brother?
No, he would have been the Emperor or the Fire Lord. Or is he older and he turned down the throne? I don't.
Wasn't he older, and then didn't he fail in a mission and they didn't let him become emperor or something?
Did they not let him become emperor because he failed to take Ba Sing Se?
I thought wasn't it? It was like It was pretty big disgrace, I thought. So wasn't that? I thought that was the reason.
Could be.
Here's the thing: is that
Look,
I
again,
don't know enough about this stuff all the time.
my sentence started with I realized I was wrong. Okay, like I watched the whole animated show with the wrong interpretation of Ozai.
I'm wrong all the time.
Me too.
Yeah, he's older.
Also, speaking of which, this goes as a comment on the season overall. Did we ever see Zuko and Azula's mom?
In the live action,
Yeah.
uh,
She was like in the show pretty big,
Not
at
yet
least
that I
in the
remember.
episode where he got banished.
I don't think we did. Not yet.
Did they do what?
Show their mom.
Trying to think. I don't think we saw her face.
I don't think we saw her at all.
They reference her, of course, but
Yeah.
I feel like they just doubled down on Zuko and Iroh's relationship, which is fine.
Iroh, what a great choice for the actor, Mr. Kim.
Oh my god, seriously.
The only thing is, I wish his voice was a little more like Iroh's, but it's not the biggest deal.
Yeah, but you know, I'm just hoping in season 2 when he gets his tea shop in the Earth Kingdom, if he can just adopt his voice from Kim's Convenience and just one time as the person's leaving be like, "Okay, see you." I will be so happy. I will be so fucking happy. Honest to God,
You
it'd
never
make my
know.
whole day.
Never though. No, they just might let him.
I hope. I'm hoping. I hope the person that comes in is like a cameo from Kim's Convenience. I want them to go all out with it.
Bring in like kimchi or something like that.
I was thinking like one of the regulars from
from
the
the convenience store.
yeah,
They could do that too.
but kimchi would be also just fine. I feel like Kimchi's actor was like just that right level that he would spontaneously show up in one episode as an extra on a Netflix show.
Yeah, I mean, cause what? You're probably not gonna get Simu Liu now.
Liu? He's
Uh,
busy.
He's very busy.
the only side project movies I've seen him doing have been Amazon properties, not Netflix, so probably not gonna see Simu.
So I mean, you know, there's only so many choices.
And no one wants to see what's her face.
The main
Awesome.
character that apparently no
The
one
dog-
likes.
The daughter, yeah, no one needs to see her.
Yeah, she wasn't my favorite character when watching that.
She wasn't anyone's, I hope.
I
mean,
was strong
and
enough
it's
to
not-
this.
It's not her fault, but I mean, my God, they did her character dirty.
Did they?
Yeah.
You know,
Damn it, I don't know.
Simu Liu is like has a commercial with Humane Society International too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Seems like a nice dude.
Yeah.
It does.
What
He's
else?
cool. He's
He's buddies with Aquafina. What else do you need?
Aquafina's
right. Aquafina would be cool if she show up.
Sokka's actor was a spot on.
Oh
too.
my God, seriously,
Hmm.
like the moment I saw him, I was like, you had one job to find a guy that had the facial structure of Sokka,
Yes.
and you nailed it.
And
You
he sounds like him.
absolutely nailed it. Yeah.
He does.
Like none of the quote unquote issues I have with what they did to the character revolve around his appearance in any way. Nailed it.
Revolves around the writing.
Katara was, let's
Pretty
say,
good.
90%.
Yeah.
90%. Not mad.
The casting for the Fire Nation is the one that I have to make an issue with.
Okay, removing Azula because Azula is just absolute trash.
Azula looks like her, but she doesn't act like her.
Mm-mm. I mean,
I disagree with one half of what you said. What
mm,
other Fire Nation castings do you have a problem with? Because that
May.
was the only one I had.
May,
Who the
big
fuck's
time.
May?
One of her girlfriends.
The one
Oh,
who's supposed to be. She's supposed to be
Listen,
like.
does Azula have friends? I like pieced out every time she fucking opened her mouth. Honest to
Oh
God.
yeah, she got 2 friends apparently.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but like that's
Do you even
May
know the
and
names of
Ty
their
Lee.
friends? Oh, I was gonna say, do you know the
Ty
other ones?
Lee, no, Ty Lee is spot on. She looked exactly
Yeah.
like the character.
Okay, if you say so, I don't.
Like there's this girl that does all the gymnastic stuff.
The one with the ponytail.
Yeah, tall,
Oh
long
yeah, yep.
ponytail.
The one person in Avatar with a ponytail. I know who you're talking about. Yep.
Like that one's spot on. The other girl's not.
I honestly, I hated them all. I didn't care. I mean, I'm blanking on the name of the guy who plays Ozai. I was super happy.
Oh
with his
yeah, that guy.
casting.
He's on. Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
he's
no.
Daniel Day
Oh my,
Kim?
he's not Daniel Day Lewis. What the fuck is
No,
wrong
Daniel
with
Day
you?
Kim. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know. You only know the names of the main
I
friends of
know it's not the
Azula.
guy
you
from
piece
Last
of
of the
shit.
Mohicans. Jesus.
You talk like you're an Avatar fan. You only know the names of those characters. Fuck off.
I just don't.
We
give a
looked
shit
it up
about
too.
It was Daniel Day
Daniel
Kim.
Day Kim.
I said
Yeah.
that right afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you said
it.
Daniel Day Lewis, so I can't let you get away with that.
No, he's spot on.
I really liked Frankie Muniz as Aang.
Anyways.
No, I also have to say, overall though, there is one thing they changed about Aang, and it comes up in multiple episodes, and it honestly, if there's anything that truly kills his character, it's that.
He's a whiny little bitch.
That's half of it, yeah, but
Uh-huh.
he's so fucking serious.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
not
no.
fun like the other, like the.
Yeah, it's like Aang was still a 12-year-old. He was still
Yeah.
gonna be a kid.
Yeah.
If anything, rewatching season 1 is like, I forgot just how much people needed to get him to actually like buckle down and take it seriously.
Right.
And then
Ooh,
you
it's
end
all
up,
about fun and playtime.
yeah, and then you watch season, like the live action show, and he's like, we're wasting time. I have to go do this. And I was like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
like,
he's way too serious.
Because, like, listen, the only reason it took a whole season of the show to get to the Northern Water Temple is because he had shit he wanted to do. Otherwise, you could have been there in 3 days. Bob's your uncle. Okay?
He
Like,
try to go travel everywhere.
yeah, you calm yourself down, good sir.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
the issue with the most of the show too, is that there's no comedy really.
Yeah. But you know what? And I'm leaving episode 1. I'm sorry. But I will say the cabbage guy, chef kiss. They got him perfect. No complaints. No notes.
I'm glad they left him in there.
I mean, you can't not put him in there. People would have been
yeah.
mad if you didn't.
I say, yeah, they would have been absolutely pissed if Cabbage Guy hadn't been in there.
Right. As soon as we saw the cart, really, it was like, oh, the cabbage man's here.
Yeah, and then
I felt like
that'd be like. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like he didn't live up to the hype of the Cabbage Man, though. He didn't like yell enough. I feel like.
I mean, they only had him say it once. They don't
Yeah, it
have
was
him
multiple times in the
miraculously
show.
travel the world with his cabbage cart like in the show, but fine, because we got it. We got one good, my cabbages! That was all we needed. Just once.
What were you gonna say before I said that?
I don't remember. I enjoyed Abed leaving the community college and showing up in a Machu.
Yeah, when I was watching that, I wasn't sure, and then Ash said it. I was like, "Oh, that is okay." So that was him.
No, that was him. As soon as I saw him, I was like, "Oh yeah, that is 110% Abed."
Cool.
The who?
The spy for the Fire Nation in the Earth Kingdom.
The engineer.
Oh, when Aang flies around without his glider, that's not supposed to happen, isn't it?
Tongue in cheek. Right from the get-go, they were showing him do some stuff, and I was like, you're taking some liberties with the air bending there. Like, when you go back and watch the animated shows, like, he could get a good hop.
And in this one, he was kind of like flying.
He's
That was
like
also
flying almost.
that was also
Yeah.
where the
But
CGI was not that great. Is when he's like just floating
Oh,
around.
yeah. Nah, it didn't kill the show for me, but I was like, you're not quite spot on with that one there, Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah, so that's what I looked it up. I think some people, I saw some comments about that, saying that people didn't like the fact that he was flying around.
Which, complete random side note. Shocking moment of my life when I found out Buckaroo Banzai was a thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, my God, it's a whole anime.
Oh,
He's got a movie and everything. You don't know about Buckaroo Banzai either?
no, it doesn't really sound like an anime I'd watch.
His dad was like a Japanese samurai, and his mom was an American brain surgeon. So he's an astrophysicist, samurai, brain surgeon, rock band, and he has a whole entourage, and they just constantly save the universe.
Sounds absolutely ridiculous.
It is a trip and a half to watch that movie, man. It is absolutely bonkers, but I loved it. And I was like, I always thought Buckaroo Banzai was just some shit my dad said, not this full-blown fucking character.
And it's an old anime.
Yeah, it's like the movie was done in the 70s or 80s. And I don't know if it got full-blown anime. It might have been like a manga that had like an issue or two, but it's check it out. It's interesting, to say the least.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that prior to this.
Oh,
It just sounds like an old white man saying.
Have you seen Ready Player One?
Yeah, I read the book.
Yeah. When he puts on the suit to go to the dance club, and they're like, "Buckaroo Banzai, my favorite movie." I was like, "That's a thing," and I looked it up, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Was there a second Ready Player One book or no?
I don't know. Never read the books. Not much of a reader.
I wonder.
But I did. Getting back to Avatar, I didn't know that. My wife's friend was telling me this, that there's like a fourth season, quote unquote,
What?
of Avatar.
Oh, the
There's
anime?
like
Talking about Korra?
there's no, like, so the Nickelodeon show had 3 seasons. It was the 3 elements that he had to learn.
Uh-huh.
And then Legend of Korra kind of fills in like how the world changed and recouped after Aang like stopped the Fire Lord.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently at some point The Last Airbender had a 4th book written that actually like documented the first year or so after the defeat of the Fire Lord. And Netflix, according to my wife's friend, has agreed to do the 4th season in the live action. And I was like, oh,
Interesting.
okay. Well, I won't critique that one too hard because it'll all be brand new to me.
Huh. Yeah, I never heard about that. If they did live action Korra, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Korra was a really good one.
Now,
That was cool.
do you think in the live action they're actually going to have Aang and Katara get together?
I mean, I feel like they kind of hinted towards it a little bit in this season, didn't they?
Did they?
I mean, they have been throughout though, even the anime.
Maybe
but
it's just like a relationship in
kids,
general.
So
They do feel super young. Like Katara looks a lot younger in live action than what she looks like in the show, I feel like.
Yeah, I think honestly, going back and watching the show, The Fire Lord thing was just a big miss, but the kids was like, I guess I never really pieced together that you were like 12, 14, and
Yeah,
16.
they're like middle school.
Yeah, like I suppose I always kind of felt like they were all about 16, 17. Which, as an adult looking back on it now, is like, yeah, Aang is so clearly a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what, 2007 is when the show came out?
Oh, I don't know.
No, 2005.
2005? Oh, yeah, so I was 10 years old.
Mm,
Everyone seemed older to me.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do. They did seem older in the show, especially like Sa.
He is though. He's like, isn't he like 16, 17? He is like
Yeah, he's older than, but
old
like I felt
teenager.
all three of them were closer to that age when I
Yeah.
was watching the show,
Mhm.
but they also do a lot of growing up, which the adventures they were
True.
on in the world they live in, but and then Toph, I was like, holy shit, Toph was like 9 or 10. Holy
Yeah,
hell.
she like a little.
Oh, really? I thought she was just short.
No, I think
No.
she's super young.
Yeah. She's super young.
I thought she was like 12 or something like Aang.
She might be 12 like Aang, but she's still super young. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, maybe they won't because they're younger. But I mean, there's other shows that
Well,
like,
yeah, but like, don't they in the show, isn't it Aang and Katara like get older and get married and have kids, and that's how the the Airbenders come back?
Well,
Yeah.
they show that kind of in the Legend of Korra though. They
Yeah.
never show that they were dating.
But
There
that-
was no,
But that's what I mean. Like, do you think at the end the Netflix show is going to acknowledge that relationship? Even if they don't make it an element of the seasons because they're young and it doesn't need to be.
It could.
they'll probably like hint towards it a little bit, but
It might be a
At
little
the-
more than the
at
anime.
the end of the day, we all we all know how it go. Like, we all know that they do end up together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, but it's Netflix. You know what I'm honestly waiting for?
Hmm.
I'm waiting for at the end of season 2, after a long dramatic battle, for Katara to just look at Aang and be like, you know what? Ozai's right. Cut to black. Just like every other goddamn show.
You
they
didn't
make.
believe in me because I'm a woman. So I'm gonna go where there's a woman.
Tell me
ruler.
I'm wrong. Tell me they haven't done that on numerous other shows. Honestly.
I mean, they definitely have. If they did that, people would not be happy though. You can't change the
No.
source material like that.
But they do it all the time.
But and there'd be no reason to either because they already started to establish Korra as or not Korra, sorry, Tara as the strong, independent woman that she is.
Okay. But they've done that before too, and then still made the character do it.
Well, hopefully they don't because they don't need to.
Hopefully they don't, but they keep doing it, and I'm not gonna let it go. Honestly, I think I would have gotten a Cowboy Bebop season 2 if they hadn't done that shit, and I'm not gonna let it go.
12 is 12.
Oh, see, there you go.
All right, well, cool. Now I will say, looking to the future, I am very excited and very hopeful for some quality CGI when they get to the episode where the Fire Nation's caterpillar drill breaches the wall of Ba Sing Se.
Oh, that would be a good one.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
Like-
it look cool.
They better not condense anything. That better be a whole episode all to itself. Might even need to just be 2 episodes. They might need to make that a 10-episode season just so that 2 episodes can be dedicated to the siege of Ba Sing Se.
You can fit the action in there.
Hey. Yeah, no, I mean, I think any of those big moments they're gonna make look pretty cool. They've been doing a good job so far. The whole, that's not season episode. The whole battle at the end, the very last episode and stuff looks nice.
Oh my god, yeah, the Water Godzilla looked great. And I know that's not what it
Yeah.
is, but that's what I'm going to call it.
Right.
That's basically what it looks like.
Like, it was well done. I enjoyed, like, all of that was just very well done.
Why pointed out a cool or interesting thing that we really missed out on. but which lends to like the whole writing in general of the show not being very comedic compared to the original. Uh, when they're going to saving, and they're trying to figure out how to get Appa to go, and he won't go, and then
Yeah,
like
he doesn't just sit there and be like, "What did that kid say?"
yeah,
Hee haw. Yep, yep. No, that right from the get go of the show, I was like, come on now.
that was a big miss out on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that did not go unnoticed, and
I was like, they don't call him whatsoever anymore. Like he just flies now.
yeah, but also that whole scene was, since Sokka's not sexist, we just had to make it that they're in the middle of this huge sibling rivalry. And I was like, that's not really the driving force behind the rivalry in the show, but whatever.
Yeah,
I
just
felt like that stole the moment. It's like, well, he's not going to comedically say yip yip because they're all supposedly pissed at each other, not that the emotion's there.
yeah, I guess that's where one of the issues with them condensing it so much happens that you don't get the relationship building. It just feels like they're
No, everything's so rushed.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm looking now, like it's like 20 episodes for season 1.
Yeah.
Like you could easily do 10 and have a slight longer development, and we wouldn't feel like, oh, this just happened
well, you
last
could, but you gotta
episode,
remember
and you move on.
if you had 2 more episodes, that's another $30 million.
No. No one said they had to put a $15 million per episode budget in.
That's
I know.
on them.
I know. I'm just saying that's what it would have been because that's the budget they went with. Apparently,
I feel much though.
because apparently you can do way better with half the budget of that movie. So
With the right casting.
someone's getting scammed somewhere.
I'll tell you what, the bending itself looked a lot better in the show than in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure. It looked really good.
Yeah, it was good. Well, like, what was that thing we were talking about the other day? Sokka was just having a moment with Suki,
Oh yeah, well,
and then the next thing you know, he's falling for Yue.
Yue.
I'm like,
just
you
goes
just
really
what
fast. Yeah, he has the whole like episode with her, and then all of a sudden when they're with Yue, he's like, oh, she's so beautiful, I'm in love with her. It's like, what about what was her name?
Right?
Suki?
Suki? Yeah,
What
because
about
like in
her?
the show,
I like
he's
her
like,
more anyways.
All right, now hear me out on this. Let me make sure I'm not making any mistakes. Suki is the Kyoshi warrior,
Yes.
Yes.
And Yue is the princess of the Northern Waters.
And if
Yes,
her name is
the
not,
moon.
if her name is not, that's on why.
I'm pretty sure that was Suki.
But we're referring to the Kyoshi warrior and all
Yeah.
that. Now,
yes, we are.
that is how it happened in the show. Admittingly, the show had a bit more of a gap, and I feel like that also fit his character flaw a bit better.
Yeah.
Because I think in future seasons,
bit.
I think he meets up with the Kyoshi warriors again, and they become a thing. But I don't remember for sure.
Yeah. It was,
But as far as the live action show goes, I'm gonna give it up. You see a sexy fox girl, you drop whatever you're doing and you go after the fox girl. I'm not mad at him for it.
I am. Yoshi
I'm
Warrior's
not.
better.
Nope. I mean, listen, the Kyoshi warrior, super fine, love her, not mad.
She's strong and she can
But
fight.
you get a fox girl and you go for that shit.
her casting was better too. Yue's casting, I'm not quite.
Yue's casting was, if it wasn't for Azula, Yue would have been my problem. But
yeah,
Azula exists, so and don't think, because we've talked about it. You know, the last episode they still kind of did their shit, and I was like, you fuckers need to let it go.
Wait, what?
Once again, we get to the last second, and it's literally Earth Kingdom has fallen to Azula. Azula turns around, looks at the screen, and is like, "What's next?" Cut to black, and it's like, "We fucking get it. She's a badass. I'm not saying she's not, but." You realize if you had kept the camera going, a whole army of Fire Nation soldiers were like, I don't know. We go inside. We take the next one. Are you fucking you convinced your father to let you leave the Fire Nation so you could do shit, and you're gonna ask me what's next? Okay. I don't even get to take my face mask off. I'm not worth getting drawn. Now, I do have a question because I haven't made it that far in the animated show yet in my recap.
Mm-hmm.
Was the entire crew of Zuko's ship being the battalion that his dad's gonna sacrifice? Was that part of the animated show, or did they add that in for the live action?
I don't
You
think
don't
it
remember
was.
that either.
Because I was like, oh my
I liked
god.
it. I liked the.
I loved it.
I don't think it
'cause I
was
like,
though.
okay, I'm glad because I remember that was what led to the battle was that he had disrespected his dad in the battle meeting, or the war meeting. But I was like, I do not recall that fight revolving around like you're banished with the battalion that you care about so
Right.
much. But
No, I don't remember either.
I
Let us know
very
when we
much
get to the episode.
I will. But if they did create that for the show. Bravo.
I like it.
Very
Yeah.
much agreed with that choice.
Good
That was a
touch.
nice element, and I feel like it wasn't part of the show because we weren't gonna think about it, but I liked it's like, oh yeah, we're explaining why this entire crew of sailors has been banished from their home nation as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't remember being part
I'm
of
pretty
it.
sure it wasn't because that just lends more to the more serious nature of the show that they kind of establish. Anyways, so I think they just added that in. I feel like I would remember that. Like that was some pretty like dark.
It's pretty important, yeah, too. I don't remember it at all.
Character development on his part or
Yeah,
character.
well, and then I was watching in the animated show when the Earthbenders capture Iroh and Zuko has to save him in the animated show. I keep saying it like they're not both shows. In the animated, I was like, "Oh yeah, this part was well done in the live action." And then the guy's just like, "You failed to take Ba Sing Se," and he's just like, "I accept that failure. I was tired after 4 years," and I'm just sitting there, it's like, "Oh my god, they made that whole 'you burned my brother' thing up for the live action show. Well done, drama." Like the pain on Iroh's face, remembering it and shit. I was like, man, all right, good for you. That would have been dark for a Nickelodeon show, I admit. But no, I mean overall, I'm in for season 2. I'll be honest. The only thing, if I could go back and be like, just don't even fucking bother making this shit, would be King Boomy and the Amashu episode in general. I was very disappointed.
That was.
And
I feel like I'm missing a bit.
It almost made me quit the whole show halfway through, to be honest. Like I hate the way they did Boomy. I hate all of the Omashu episode.
I didn't remember enough of the of that from the show to like have any big thoughts about it.
Now, I mean, Sokka and Katara being caught in those shifting tunnels, I was like, okay. It's not like anything pivotal happened with Aang in that moment, and all that we really got spared was them getting encased in rock candy while Aang did weird trials. So I don't care that they condensed it down. What I hated was, honestly, they completely destroyed Boomy. As a kid, he didn't look nearly crazy enough as a kid. And then that was one of the worst examples of Aang in the live action not being Aang from the animated show. Was literally the point where Boomy is just pissed at him for being gone while he had to endure the war. And I was like, that's not how it went down. And then Aang getting pissed is like, I don't have time for this. I need to get to the Northern Water Temple. And I was like, then why the fuck are you in Omashu? like get to the Northern Water Temple. No, you wanted to go to Amashu and sled down the mail system.
Right.
It
Yeah, this is a little too serious there.
Yeah, it felt forced. Well, and then like seriously, Boomy has like PTSD, and he's pissed that Aang wasn't there for all the shit he had to endure. And then you watch the animated show, and he's like, Aang, it's so good to see you. You have a big battle ahead of you, but don't lose sight of the kid that you still are. Like,
Right.
Boomy had a completely different message for him in the show.
It's a lot more
And-
positive back at the anime.
And it's just...
Do you think that's why the original writers left? They
Oh,
weren't too
yeah.
serious?
Oh, yeah. If I had to guess, the creative differences was Aang. A lot of it is stuff that you've watched movies and TV shows with me. I'm hypercritical, to say the least.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing from the people who made it has got to be that you took a child and made him act like a reincarnated adult.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then you meet Avatar Roku, and he's joking around and goofing off, and I was like, Roku was a serious mentor. What the fuck are you doing? Like, I didn't hate Avatar Roku, but I was like, what's her name? Yeah, Avatar Kyoshi. She was a hard ass and was like, yeah,
Yep.
you're going to fight and kill people. They did her spot on.
Yep.
But when he's just joking around, it's like, are you the perverse grandpa from Dragon Ball? What's going on?
That's what was off.
Yeah, like, he's just joking around, and it's almost like he was Boomy. And I was like, what the fuck?
The girl who tracks him down.
Dune.
Oh, the mercenary?
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Okay,
He
again,
is spot on too.
no disrespect, why, by any means. It's just a TV show. But she showed up on screen, and I was like, B needed to be alone.
He's great.
Yeah, she's spot on.
I love me a strong woman. Why I have this one.
She was
There it
actually
is. I was gonna
spot
say,
on.
finish the sentence, get them brownie points.
You probably didn't even hear it, so.
No, I heard it.
You just ignore that stuff.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, I'm not trying to get myself in trouble. I don't think my wife watches this, but honestly, the Kyoshi Warrior would be my yes.
He was
Don't take it
awesome.
back now. You just went on about the Fox girl. Don't you dare.
Oh.
No. I'm saying I don't blame
You're
Sokka for going
Sokka.
after the girl that turns into a fox. Doesn't mean I was feeling the fox girl.
Yeah, well, the way you were talking about it definitely says otherwise.
I support the life choice, is all I'm saying. I saw something that some people were like giving the show crap because it's like, are they cosplaying? And I was like, the costumes look good. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
And then they were like comparing. It's like, if there's one thing the live action movie got right, it was the costumes. And I was like, no. Literally look at them. And then people were comparing pictures. It's like, It's an orange outfit in the animated show. It's an orange outfit in the live action show. It's fucking yellow in the movie. So I thought the costumes were great. I'm again gonna give it up to the Kyoshi Warriors. The makeup and everything flawless. Iroh, great work on the beard.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that his actual beard?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But no, overall 7 out of 10 for me.
Overall for the show,
Yeah.
I don't believe in 7 out of 10s, so I would give it an 8 out of 10. I think.
You don't believe in 7 out of 10?
No, I think 7 out of 10 is the where people
Just
are
passing
like,
grade.
yeah, people don't. They're like, I don't want to say 6 because that's too harsh. I don't want to say 8 because that's, blah blah. So they give it like a 7.
Oh,
I think 7 is a cop out.
I'll give things a 1. I'm not scared.
Yeah, I just don't believe in 7s out of anything. I think it's a cop
Oh,
out.
okay.
I'm not saying you're wrong. That's what I believe.
Okay.
I'll
I wasn't expecting that, but okay. I mean, sure.
not trying to call you out. That's just
No, it's. I expected you to retort with the number you'd give it, and honestly, I was expecting you to give it an 8 or a 9. I didn't expect you to be like, I don't believe your number exists.
No, your number exists. Just the rating I think is BS sometimes.
Okay. I mean, no one asked me to give it a rating in the first place, so you're good. You're all good. I'm not mad. I'm surprised that that's what floated your goat.
So,
I've watched a lot of review stuff. I agree with people who've said that before.
so
Okay.
guess what nationality is June, the actor for June, the mercenary?
Hot and hot.
Vietnamese.
Try it again.
Korean?
Yes.
Shocker. I
Yeah,
should have guessed Korean just
there's a
because B
reason.
liked her.
She's like
There's a
she's like
reason.
older too, isn't she?
Yeah, she's 38.
Let's go.
2 years from the sexy age. Hell yes.
Yeah, she actually competed in Miss Korea.
What
In
did
20
Korea miss?
What the Korea Miss? I don't know.
I don't think she got my joke. It's okay.
Oh.
I don't know if I have anything else about like the show.
I'm just clicking on random people's over here.
I don't know. If we were live watching it, I could come up with a whole bunch of shit, but
Got a lot of shit to talk about.
I have to say, and then this is honestly probably the last thing I got unless someone else brings up another point. If I were to pick best CGI in the show, for me, I can't think of its name, but the spirit that steals faces,
Oh yeah.
I thought they did
Oh.
amazing with that. I really thought they were gonna blow past that, and that whole scene happened. I was like, okay, that was well done. Had nightmares about that fucking thing.
It was pretty creepy.
I know. Well, I started rewatching the animated show with my son because he hasn't seen it, and my wife was like, "Is this gonna be scary?" And I was like, "No, except for the Spirit World episode with that thing that steals faces. We'll skip that part."
No, you
What
got
is that
you got
thing,
traumatize him.
No, I avoid traumatizing my child.
You gotta
Is
get
that
him
Cole?
used to it. Oh, I think so, something like that.
Yeah, yep, Co. I wanted to say so, but I knew that wasn't right.
Coco.
Oh.
Coca-Cola.
Got my little step stool.
Yeah, that's probably the most creepy thing in the whole entire show.
Yeah, anything scary comes from the spirit realm, to
We
say
didn't-
the
ooh.
least.
You know, we missed out on a lot of like the cool little creatures like the turtle ducks and stuff, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Momo was done pretty well. There for a bit in the
Yeah.
show, I was afraid Momo wasn't going to be included, and I was like, you got to show Momo.
Yeah, they did a good job with Momo. I want to see the turtle ducks mainly is what I want to see.
When did that show up?
I can't. Maybe it wasn't in that season. Yeah, I missed.
I don't remember it being in that season, but I'm also like barely in it. I honestly watching the live action was like, yeah, I think they got everything, and then watching the animated again, I'm like, oh yeah, we
They're missing.
completely ignored that village of earthbenders that gets put on the barge in the middle of the ocean. Like, yup. Plenty of stuff happens in the anime that doesn't in the live action show.
What was there? I saw a meme the other day from the show, from the anime where it's like, Aang going, I've never killed anyone, and it's like him shoving 20 guards off a ledge, and he's like, I never killed anyone, and it's him it's him causing an avalanche onto a bunch of Fire Nation troopers, and it's just all these times where he's killed multiple people, and he's like, I've never killed anyone. I'm a peaceful person.
Maybe not directly.
That was funny. I was like, he's definitely killed tons of people.
Yeah. Oh God, what's his name? Damn it.
Ooh.
I need to remember this for the sake of me being a sci-fi fan.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Rewatching the anime, I never caught as a kid that George Takei was one of the firebenders.
Was he?
And I was so excited to hear his voice. Yeah, the episode that didn't get redone in the live action where the earthbenders are trapped on that barge and they get out when Aang gives them a bunch of coal to bend.
Oh, yeah.
The general that was running that base was George Takei.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, it's George Takei.
You know, on a similar note, I saw him recently because I started watching Psych.
Yeah, my wife and I are rewatching Psych, and I can never remember if it's Takai or Takei, and that episode always makes me question it.
I don't know what it is either.
It's okay.
But yeah, he was in
The important thing is he was Ensign Chekhov. Please tell me you know to correct that, for the love of God.
No, I don't.
Oh my God, he was Sulu.
I mean, I know that he
Chekhov is Russian.
Who cares? We live in today's world. You could be anything you want.
I can be anything I want. That doesn't make me Chinese.
You haven't seen the guy who's getting plastic surgery to become Korean, so...
Okay, hold up. Let's think about what you just said. If I, as a white man of German heritage, I'm like, I'm going to get plastic surgery to become Chinese. Yeah, that's not going to be offensive to anyone at all or problematic at all.
Are you doing the accent too? Why don't you give us a sample of it?
Ah. You're funny.
You gotta get in trouble. What season was that? Season 1 when they like saved a whole bunch of Earthbender from that prison in the middle of the ocean?
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's season 1.
I don't remember.
It's before they get to no, it's just after Omashu.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm mixing that with season 2.
No, because I was like, oh, here we go. We're already to the episode where they see the spirits. And then I was like, this is not that. And I was like, oh, yeah, this whole bit. But comment below what you thought of the Avatar live action. I'm going to be doing a reaction to the Fallout show that Amazon releases on April 11th. So let us know if you're excited for that. Let us know if you want a live stream of our reactions to that, or if you're okay just getting it recorded. But
we should just do it anyway.
We gotta watch the Green Room first.
We don't gotta watch the Green Room before I watch Fallout. Not before I watch Fallout. Ain't nothing stopping me from watching Fallout.
Well, you watch that, but they come out April 11th.
I care more about Fallout.
Got like a whole week or 2 or 3.
Are you looking at like what's already clean, or are you just spraying random things?
I thought I saw some dirt. I was just... I'm spraying it, okay? I'm getting the nooks and the crannies.
You know how to like do it where it highlights what's still left, right?
Yeah, you hit tab. Tabba.
You're playing on keyboard?
Yeah. Oh my God, I do play on keyboard when it's not a game that doesn't make sense to have a controller like motherfucking Helldivers.
Interesting.